Hello, my name is Jana, and this is my first podcast. You can find me on Instagram as Janaarchaeoknits. I'm an archaeologist, and I'm traveling for work, so right now I'm currently working in Louisiana. And I never podcast before, so it's very weird talking to my phone. But I wanted to do a podcast for a while to show off my knits. And I have quite a few whips to share. And I also have a little bit of acquisitions to share. So that'll be later. And this might be a really short episode to begin with. And I apologize if I look weird looking at the camera because I'm filming this on my phone and I don't really know where to look. I have a tripod set up, but again, this is the first time I'm doing this, so bear with me, and I hope the volume is good. I apologize if you could hear traffic outside the window. I'm filming this in a hotel room, so okay, here we go. I'm a little bit nervous. That's back or the front? This is my Talvinen by Caitlin Hunter. You can see I've finished the body and I've started knitting the sleeves. This sleeve I picked up correctly, so I've been knitting on it. This one I need to go back and redo because I picked it up wrong. I tried it on before I finished the body, and I thought I knitted enough on the body, but when I finished the sleeves, I'm probably gonna have to go back and redo the body. I do have enough yarn to be able to do that, but I want to finish the sleeves first and then see where I want the body. So I saw Inga from Knitting Traditions. She knitted hers up about a year ago. I think a few months ago for this Talvinen. There's another whip here that I started as a gift knit for my grandma that is also based off of what she did. Lately I've been finding a lot of my yarn choices, and a lot of the projects that I want to do are either something she's done or it's that rustic wool yarn that she really loves, and she's from Norway, and so I get a lot of inspiration from her and from a lot of other podcasts that I watch. And it took me about, I think I've been working on this for about a month and a half now. Once I got to this part in the yoke and I could see the pattern come out in the yoke, I was really focused on knitting it, so that it took a whole weekend to do this part of it. And then knitting the body is a bit of a slog because it's finger and weight yarn, and I haven't mentioned this, but it's bichesetbuches, the French brand, petite lambswool. I believe they're based in France, and then the wool is actually milled in Scotland. Which I'm planning a trip to Scotland in December, so hopefully I'll get to wear it there. Right now it's summer in the United States, so it's really hot. The reason why I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt is because it's really cold in the hotel room. and I get cold easy. So that's one of my long time whips that I've been working on that is almost complete. Just set that down. This is the beginning of a Lento by, I don't want to get her name wrong, but it's a very popular pattern, the Lento, and this is my first time knitting it. I tend to not knit things when it's in a bandwagon, like knitting, like, I know Rebecca Clow from the Crayabea and Amy Palco, they did a Lento cow, and so by the time I was in the knitting community, I was knitting on other things, and so I didn't do the cow for that one. And you can see I haven't decided yet if I'm going to tack down the collar or if I'm going to leave it up like a turtleneck. But this yarn is filcolana, arwetta classic, and red squirrel, and filcolana tilia, the mohair. And I ordered this from Knit Co yarn in the UK, and it took a really long time to get here, but I ordered this color in quite a few skeins a couple times, so I have a lot of it, and so I've been trying to get rid of it to knit through my stash. Lately I've been trying to knit through my stash because I have realized that within the last almost a year, I've accumulated quite a lot of yarns since I've started knitting seriously again, since last November. Yeah, let's do this one. So this next one I'm going to show is a test knit that I'm currently involved in for Simone with Rust Knitwear. She has, it's called the Ellie top. I think it's the Ellie summer top, I think. But I'm making a long sleeve version. Oh, I should mention that the size that I knitted for the other ones, those are both size B. Those are both size B. And I think with my Talvinen, I wish I went up one more size. Cause I think I didn't realize till the other day that Inga and at Knitting Traditions, I think she went like oversized. So I think she sized up quite a bit on her Talvinen to have that oversized look. So I think if I were to knit that one again, I would knit, I think I would knit another one size up from what I currently have. It does fit, but it is very, because I didn't knit the full length of the body, it is very tight fitting. This is the back piece of the, let's see if you can see that. I'm not sure. So I'm using Rauma Finullgarn. I think that's how you pronounce it. There's also fingering weight. But I'm knitting for the test knit a size A, because size B was already taken by the time that I applied for this test knit, and so this will probably be a gift for someone. And I think because I'm using rustic yarn and I have 4 skeins of this, I think I'm gonna do the long sleeves and hope I have enough yarn. I should, because I am knitting the smallest size for this test knit, And so I finally did all the increases for the back piece, and now I just have to keep knitting it. And I'm not typically a good fan of knitting flat and then joining in the round to knit. I usually like to knit top down. But this next knit that I'm going to do is for a cardigan that is knit bottom up, and you have to steek it in the round. And so far what I've started is I'm going to knit the sleeves first. So, and this is a Rauma pattern too, and I'm using Rauma the finullgarn, and I'm using bichesetbuches the petite lambswool, because I was gonna knit something else for my grandma, but then I decided that I'm going to knit her. If you watch Knitting Traditions, then you've seen Inga knit this cardigan before. Hers is in completely in Rauma yarn, the Rauma yarn, and it's her green and white cardigan. The blue yarn, I ordered that intending to make it this cardigan, but I didn't realize how bright blue that blue really is. You see it's really bold, and I was going for a more toned down color for this, but the red really works, and red is my grandma's favorite color, so this is gonna be her Christmas gift. So I hope she doesn't see this and was surprised and spoiled. But so far this is the sleeve, the first sleeve. I need to find but looking at it here in the light, you can see the red. It has, it has some orange in it. It has some purples, and it is a really gorgeous yarn. The lighting in my room at home is not very great, so it's actually the first time I've seen it in the light here. I realized like how many gorgeous colors there are in this, and it's really, don't mind all I'm forever picking out dog hair from all of my skeins and all of my knits, because my dog likes to lay up on me and he sheds a lot whenever I knit. So I don't know if you can see that. You can definitely see the dog hair. But yeah. This has been fun. I enjoy knitting color work a lot more than I enjoy doing other kind of, I haven't done too much cables. I think I did like a cabled hat like years ago, when I had a different knitting account back in 2016. I went by Stitched in Texas. Don't know if anyone would remember me from back then, because I wasn't really around for that long during that time. Okay. Sorry, I'm just putting this down. Okay. This is also a gift knit. Pulling all the hair off. And this, in the middle of the row. Okay, well, I'll figure that out later. This is the beginning of a half and half triangle wrap by Purl Soho. I cast on. It's gonna be a little bit bigger than the large size because I was not paying attention when I was casting on. and then I just decided to go with it. But this is for a baby gift. It's for a baby boy. It's gonna be due in November, but I figure it could be like a baby blanket or like a nursing cover. And the other color I don't have it with me, but it's like a bright green, so blue and green. And it's in this same yarn. I got this at a yarn store in Alpharetta, because I'm from Georgia. But I got this at a yarn store in Alpharetta, near where I used to work. They're the yarn store, and I stopped in there and got that. Okay. I have a lot of whips. These aren't even all of them. I have a few at home. I just stay at home because one is in Plotilupi, so I don't travel with that one. This one I just cast on, and I was trying to remember what it was that I cast on, but I think I remember what it is. Hold on, I got cotton. Okay, I literally just cast it on, so not much to show. I think it's the Tolsta Tee by Carabea. I think I recast on the Tolsta Tee because I was knitting it up in a blue DK, and it was going to be a gift from my friend, but I didn't like the modifications I did with that one because I did some purling in it, and I just decided that I wasn't a fan of it, and so I'm going back to the basics with the Tolsta Tee. And I think it's gonna be two colors, this green, and then I'm gonna use a another yarn another DK weight wool yarn that I have at home. This is from the Woolly Thistle. So I got they had a can't remember which box it was, but it was one of the recent boxes of yarn that they were offering, and so I got that. So this came with a bunch of other different types of yarns, and I think this is a tuku wool. It's something like that, but it's from the Woolly Thistle, which is where I got my Rauma yarn from. I've also gotten some, is it Jameson Smith, a Shetland wool, from them. I think they're in New Hampshire. But I sent that yarn off to my cousin for her birthday this past summer, it wasn't that expensive to ship it to Scotland, but it was a little bit. But it was worth it because it's for her birthday. I just felt bad because I didn't realize that she was going to have to pay to get her birthday gift, and so I'm definitely holding off on sending anything to her because I'm planning a trip to visit her around Christmas, I think. And my last whip that I have to show you is also just started. Just a little bit. It's the press flower shawl. Cannot remember the designer's name, but it's the press flower shawl. No, hold it up like this. Yeah. Don't know. And I just started it, so it's not much to show. But this is the yarn I'm using. You can see I've hand wound a lot of my yarn because I don't have a yarn swift or a ball winder really. I have a plastic ball winder thing from my mom, that I stole from her. And it doesn't really work that well. So, I'm currently trying to buy one from my local yarn store so that I don't have to hand wind all these yarns anymore. But this is Labby and Amy, the Corriedale worsted DK weight yarn, and I got these from the Black Mountain Yarn Shop. I ordered online, and that's a yarn store that's in North Carolina. So, and now the last thing is acquisitions, and all my whips just went onto the floor. So that's fun. So I just got this Rowan felted tweed yarn. From my local yarn store, and the woolly jackalope. Yes, jackalope. I was trying to remember that I was saying that right, because sometimes. Anyway, the woolly jackalope. It's my favorite yarn store because it's local to me, and we have a local knit day. Not really knit night, because during the day it's from noon to 2:30 Eastern time, and on Thursdays we go and we sit and we knit, or crochet. There are a lot of people who go in there and they crochet too. So, and we have had a guest. She was spinning on an electric spinner while we were knitting, so that was pretty fun to watch. And I would like to learn how to do drop spin, but that's for another time, I think. So I think this is going to be, I'll have to look up and see if I can knit the tulip sweater, child sweater pattern. It's in the book called Making Memories. I just thought of it last night that I'm going to knit my 2-year-old niece a sweater. But I think I'm gonna have to do like I don't know what size they have, but I'm going to knit her one size up so that she can grow into it, because she grows like a weed and she grows out of everything. But her favorite color is pink, and I saw this, and I don't usually like pink, but I thought this was pretty cute. And if she wasn't a toddler, I would have gotten the pink mohair to go with it, because that was also bright pink and really cute. So, I might have to knit me a pink top now, or knit a pink top for her mom or something. So yeah, that's everything I have today, I think. This is extra yarn because I brought a lot of yarn with me, not knowing what I wanted to knit on while I was doing this out here for several days. So again, you can find me on Instagram at jana.archaeoknits, and I'll put that down in the description box, along with project notes on what I'm working on and where I got the yarn from and what patterns, the patterns, where you can find those. Okay, well, I think that's it for this episode. So I will see you on the next episode.